Hey guys, another year.
Hey guys, back at it again.
Yes, after well, we're still in a pandemic.
Ish.
Yes.
Nobody cares though.
Exactly.
At least not here. People still go clubbing.
I know. I can't believe it.
It's so sad.
So sad. Well, where we are Floridians.
That's
So,
Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Literal Miami.
But at least we got a lot of gaming in.
We did.
Did you
I
did
gamed so
not
much.
lose your job, but did your job did pause, right? 'Cause
No.
almost never. You never paused.
We never paused.
Oh, we paused for a good 3 months.
Slave drivers.
So it was like 3 months of nonstop gaming.
No.
Like, I
No,
was
we
like-
didn't stop. Thank God. Honestly,
You didn't stop at all.
really grateful that we didn't.
No, that is true.
We just kept going, but from home.
But yeah, but we haven't seen each other since the last video.
Since
We
the
haven't.
last
Well,
video.
of course we talk like every other day,
But we gotta see what day of January was last video.
yeah, I think it was the 7th. It was like the first or second week.
To see if it's so that it's been more than a year.
It's been more than a year.
That's so
Damn.
sad.
So sad.
Aww.
Fuck.
But we're here now.
We cried.
Oh. You're too cute.
We die in 2 weeks. Okay, so like always, we're gonna go with carried over. So what games we haven't played that came out this year that it's not gonna be in our list because that's why it's called carried over. They're not in our list, but just so you know why they aren't, because we haven't played them.
Yeah.
So for me, really quick, it's 13 Sentinels. Have it. Dying to play it. Haven't played it yet. Cloudpunk, I'm currently playing.
I saw him playing.
Yes, which is pretty awesome. I'm like, fuck, this would have made it.
So what's it
Because
about?
it's about this girl. She does a delivery service.
A girl is the main character?
Yeah, it's a girl main character. Aria, I think her name is. And then she lost her home,
Mm-hmm.
and she's moving to like a cyberpunk city called
Per
Cloudpunk.
usual.
Yeah, but it's really cute because her dog died.
How is that cute, Daniel?
No, because she installs the memory of her dog as the computer of her ship. Right?
That's
So
so
it's
depressing
cute.
is what
It's
it
cute.
is.
And it's like Minecraft graphics.
So
So it's like pixelated. Don't let
that
that
shit.
discourage you. Don't let that discourage
I
you.
hate that shit.
The music is fucking amazing.
Is it?
Yeah, it's really, really good.
It better be.
Yeah, and it's not glitchy like another cyberpunk game. I kid. But,
He platinum that shit already.
I know, I
don't
already
why he's
platinum
talking shit.
cyberpunk. I know, I fucking loved it. Oh my god, and my sex scene.
I bet. I know you showed me.
Mm.
You sent me videos.
I know,
Did you
I
have more
couldn't
sex
stop.
scenes with that guy?
Huh?
Did you just have sex
I had
all the
no. I
time?
had 2 more. One in the shower and then one like.
Oh damn! Shower sex?
Yes, I missed a shot of his butt.
God
I was
damn
like
it.
trying to screenshot it, and it's like all blurry. I'm like, damn
That
it!
is so sad.
I know. I should have just rewind.
You should have.
So Cyberpunk is carried over, even though I beat it like almost like on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, he did.
But it doesn't count. But I am gonna add it to the next year's list, especially
You
with
mean
all the
this year's?
patches this year. Watch Dogs Legion, because I was really skeptical with Watch Dogs.
Why?
Because, you know, I love Marcus from Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
And Watch Dogs, I think, was in my top in 2017.
Yeah, it was
at
pretty
least
high
in my
up.
top 5.
Mhm.
But I just love Marcus. This doesn't have a main character.
Okay.
It's just you choose whoever in London.
Okay.
So, and then I'm glad I waited. You know why?
What do you mean you choose whoever in London?
You're part of the Dead Sect, the resistance group or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
of hackers and all of that. And the gimmick of the game is you could recruit anybody in the game, any NPC. And then all the cutscenes changes to that.
To whoever you chose?
Yeah, whoever you choose.
Like even like
so you
throughout
could
the
be
game?
an old lady, a grandma who's like, hey, hacks computers and
Like throughout
know,
the game
fights
you
with her
keep
king.
changing your people?
yeah. And then you could have, you see, that's why I'm skeptical, because I like to have a main character.
Yeah, I don't really like that idea.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Like I was like, but guess what?
Mm.
I decided not to get it.
Okay.
And guess what happened 3 weeks later?
What did they do?
It went to $20
Wow.
from 60.
People really hated it, huh?
Yeah, and I got the PS5. No,
The
it's not that
PS5
people
version?
hated it. It's actually it got really good reviews,
How
but
come
nobody's playing it.
is it only $20?
Huh?
Nobody's playing
Because
it?
nobody's playing it. You know, they price drop really quick when
Mm.
something's like dead. So like, yeah.
Wait, but if people liked it, they didn't buy it?
It didn't.
It didn't have good.
No,
good
because
sales?
critics loved it, and then the
Oh.
few people that did have it loved it too. Like they liked
But
it,
the
so I can't wait to
like
play
it. Didn't
it.
have good sales.
It didn't have good sales at all.
Oh.
So let's see. Let's see what happens with the future of Watch Dogs.
Let's see.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they get their shit together if they make another one.
Yeah.
They don't fuck it up like they did that one.
And then my last carried over is Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is Yakuza 7. But yeah.
Yakuza 25.
hey, you would be fucking a Yakuza fanatic.
Bro.
Because everything I hate about Shenmue, all
It's
my
in
complaints,
Yakuza.
and it's in Yakuza, but way better, like
Okay.
fixed and
How
like,
is that fixed, bro?
like for example,
No.
there's no time limit,
No.
or you have to be to a certain club at 3 a.m., or you have
Excuse
to
me.
like listen to water drop.
Excuse me. Excuse me, but these games fucking drive me up a wall. The only reason why I love Shenmue is because it was basically the first game that I ever played, like, that had that much of a story.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's ridiculous that a fucking mission is go get a job. Bitch,
Of what?
you gotta
Of
go work at
Shenmue?
the pier, yeah.
Oh, it's Shenmue. Okay.
Go work at the pier. Go find a job at the pier. What the fuck is that?
Yeah, Shenmue. I couldn't.
And then they literally make you drive a forklift
Yeah.
and move around
What made me
boxes.
stop, because remember I bought it because you loved it so much. I
Yes.
wanted us to have, you know, to try something that you loved.
And you couldn't.
And then no, but I got pretty far.
How far did you get? What's far to you?
I had to go to a club, and I kept going to that club, and then they're like, it's the wrong time to come to this club. And I'm like, and then they're like, it's the right time, but it's the wrong day.
No.
And I'm like, and then I'm like, what am I supposed to do till Thursday? Like, am I supposed to just
walk around? You can just sleep. You can wake up and then go to sleep.
Yeah, but you can't go to the menu and fast forward time.
No.
You have to go to La Vieja
Yes.
with the paycheck and the
Exactly.
slippers in the house. All like,
It's not a paycheck, it's an allowance.
it's another one. I can't with her. I can't. But yeah, I think you would really love the Yakuza series if you were to give it a
It's
chance.
so many.
I know, but okay, then Yakuza 7 is a whole new cast and a whole new main character.
It's brand new.
Like a dragon.
Like brand new.
Yeah, they don't have 7 in it.
So
It's brand new. It came out like
it has
2
nothing
months
to do
ago.
with any of the other ones?
No.
So then why is it still called Yakuza?
Because it's still in the same city and same universe.
But do they have like references to the
Yeah,
other
they do.
games?
They do.
Oh.
Like they talk about the other characters a little bit, but they're not the main characters at all.
Mm.
And then, or you could play Judgment.
Which one's that one?
Judgment
Is that
is
like a random side one?
a side one, but that one's a detective and murder mystery.
Oh.
Yeah.
Talk about detective and murder mystery. What was that game that we wanted to play that we saw a trailer of that was kind of Yakuza-like, where he was a cop?
Yeah, that's it. Judgment.
Is it that one?
It's that one. We saw the E3 trailer and you loved it.
Yeah.
You were like,
I was like, that shit looks
"Ooh."
awesome.
I'll show it to you. I have it. I bought it. $19 now. You have to get on it.
Oh, damn.
19 from 60.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
And there was, like,
it
a
went to
sale going
clearance.
on.
It didn't sell well either.
There was a sale going on, too, at the PS Store.
Yeah.
I gotta get on
So
that.
you gotta get on that if you wanted that one. Okay. And then disappointments.
Oh.
So disappointments.
Mm.
My disappointments are the Dark Anthology, you know, Man of Medan, and you know, Until Dawn.
Uh-huh.
You know, we love those games.
So good.
Yeah, that game made me so sad that we couldn't play, because we played with your sister,
Yeah.
Man of Medan, but
Uh-huh.
we couldn't because of the stupid ass pandemic and all that.
Yeah.
We couldn't really
Play it together.
play. Yeah, so I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna play it by myself. And then it got delayed. Like, not delayed, something happened with the shipment.
Okay.
It didn't even come out on Halloween.
Oh,
Because,
damn.
you know, I have my October Spook Fest
Mm.
that I play horror games all of October.
He did.
I had to extend it.
Oh, damn. To play this one?
I had to extend. And also a lot of things that happened in October, personal life things,
Right.
that October was a little bit messed up. But I still got my horror games in. Oh my god, Blair Witch was so good.
Was it?
I liked it. Even
Okay.
though the ending is, like, confusing. But it's the journey and the thing was fun. I had to tell you about it. I had to show you a clip, too.
Was it first person?
It's first person. Is it first person? Yes. It's first person.
Okay.
It's first person.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have a dog. Because I know you love animals.
They are cute.
But yeah, Little Hope. Oh.
Wait, why is it a disappointment?
Okay, because without spoiling too much. But it's feeling like I'm going to spoil a lot.
I mean, from here on out, spoilers, guys.
Yeah, spoilers. It's our end of the year roundup. It didn't land the ending.
It didn't.
So imagine playing something, and then the ending is so like nothing.
Nothing was resolved.
No, not that nothing resolved. That everything you went through doesn't matter because it's all inside one character's mind.
That is so sad.
And you're like,
sounds like Shenmue 3.
Yeah. So a game that's built on choices and getting to know characters to find out at the end.
It was all for nothing.
It was all for nothing. It's all in one character's heads, and who cares what character dies or anything, because those characters are not real. They're just figments of somebody's imagination.
That's really sad.
Right? I thought the concept was cool at first, but then at the same time I'm like,
later stunk
so
in.
the choices, but then I'm like, but then the choices, it was all a lie. So it doesn't have replay value. And if a game sucks with replay value, so that was one of my disappointments. Now the next one, they got me again. I'm gonna try the next one. The next one is with Ashley Tisdale from Disney. Yeah, it's called Little Ashes or whatever.
Little Ashes.
Yeah, and it has the Descent vibes. Do you remember the Descent, the movie with all the girls?
Oh
yeah.
My God.
So it gives a little bit of that vibe that they're like in a cave, and they're so.
But you know we're gonna play it like.
And then this time we could finally play it, and I miss your sister.
I'll bring her.
Yeah. You fell asleep last time, I remember. Me and your sister kept laughing. You died. She died because she fell asleep.
Because I fell asleep and it was one of those QTE button things. Yeah. And I didn't click it on time because I was asleep. And by the time I went to click it, she was already dead.
Damn.
She got stabbed.
I can't believe it. You killed her.
It was so sad because we could have... She was the only one that didn't survive. We could have had everybody survive.
We could have had everybody survive.
We made all the right choices for everybody to survive. Except that one.
Yeah.
It was so sad.
I know it was.
I still want to go back and
replay that. I remember my first reaction. I'm like, damn it, we're not gonna get the trophy.
Yeah.
Like, damn it. It was so funny.
It was so sad.
My second last disappointment is Fast and Furious Crossroads.
Why would you even play that?
I know. I rented it. But it's because I really love the movies. To be honest, I really love the movies.
Yeah, the movies are great, but why would you play a game of that?
I don't know why. I just like Fast and Furious. Vin Diesel's hot. Michelle Rodriguez is hot.
She's hot.
Everybody's hot.
Everybody is hot.
Yeah. So the story is actually really good.
Is it?
I think so. I think as cheesy I think the story is good. I think I'm gonna go by that. It's good. It's not great. It's not masterpiece.
Then why is it in your disappointments then?
Because mechanically, it's a little bit. It's not broken, but it's kind of broken. And then it could have been so much better if it had more time. Think of in a perfect world, a perfect Fast and Furious game. Think about it. Wouldn't that be fucking amazing? Think about it. Like a single player where you do heists and then you do car chase scenes, but then you do the getting to know your family. You know, because those are moments I loved at the game, the quiet moments and getting to learn about their lives and all of that.
The ones where they're just like staring out into the distance.
Yeah, exactly. Like two characters are like in a balcony, and you know, Vin Diesel's like, you know, family is family.
Family. All it's about.
Yeah. So, and it has a non-binary character, which was fucking awesome.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. And then Michelle Rodriguez and Vin Diesel, like, they used the proper... No, they used the proper pronouns and everything.
They
do? It's like really good. It surprised me. It has that sexy actor from Billions. I think that's the show they are from.
Sexy actor from Billions.
Yes. I'll show you that person. But yeah, that's my disappointments. And then now we're going into honorable mentions, which is like, it passed the top 10 of my gaming list. It made it to the 11s, the 12s, the 15s. So my 3 honorable mentions are Dreams.
Which is?
Yes. Dreams is a game in where you can make your own game.
Okay.
Yeah, but it has a 4-hour campaign about learning the life and rhythms of a guy who's down on his luck, a musician who gets to be re-inspired by music and creativity. It's nice. Kind of like Soul before Soul.
Oh, okay.
Kind of, but except he doesn't die. Does he die? No, he doesn't die. But it kind of gives that same vibe.
He has no idea if he dies or not.
I forgot. It's because I played it at the beginning of the... It was the first game. It was like January.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, and then the pandemic happened. So everything
Then
after
life.
that. It's felt like 2 years, to be honest. It's felt like a decade within that year.
It's felt so long.
My God.
Long ass
I
year.
can't. Darksiders Genesis, I had a blast.
Did you?
Yes, me and Santi played for hours that game.
Aww.
And we platinumed it.
You did?
We platinumed it. It was so much. He got really fatigued.
Did he?
It took him a while.
Oh, he's like, ah.
No, it took him not a while. It took him like, he's like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I'm
can't.
like, come on, we're 4 trophies away. We're 4 trophies away. Come on, because it's like it's really good. It's like twin stick shooters, kind of like Dead Nation, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But the 4 men of the apocalypse. But this is 2 men of the apocalypse.
Okay.
And
Are
it's
they fighting each other?
No, they're teaming up to you know, fight the demons. And I forgot the story. I just know mechanically it's fun. The platforming is a little like me and Santi hated it.
Why?
Because it's asymmetric. Is that how you would say it? The camera's on top and you see the pieces, the people. So yeah, so when there's platforming, you're at a weird asymmetrical.
So you're looking at it from
top down.
Ew.
Yeah, so the platforming could be a little bit tricky.
I bet you fell off shit a lot.
Yeah, the way they kind of fix it is that you could see where you land by the shadow that you're, but sometimes you don't aim it right or whatever. So I'm like,
that's horrible.
Binga. Yeah. And then third honorable mention is Resident Evil 3.
Oh damn.
But that doesn't mean
that it's not in the top 10?
That's something from it is not in my top 10.
Something from it.
I'll give you a clue there. I'll give too much. But Resident Evil 3 was not a disappointment. I fucking loved it. But I did find it too short. And then there was other more experiences. They could have done more.
Okay.
I feel like they could have done more. Resident Evil 2 totally expanded.
Okay.
While 3, it deleted scenes. And then it also made it shorter and quicker.
Okay.
So, you know, even though it wasn't horrendous, it wasn't at all.
It was so good.
Yeah, and then the funny thing is, it was the first game I played in lockdown.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and then the beginning of the game,
it's all creepy and shit?
No, it's a lockdown.
Pandemic-like?
It's a pandemic. No, they even say the word, and the vaccine, and the virus, and all that.
So you were playing real life?
And then, yeah, I was playing real life, except when we're not zombies or anything. But yeah, so I'm going to go with my top 10 to 6, 10 to 6. Because you have a top 5.
I do have a top 5.
And then when we get to our top 5,
Barely.
like always, it'll be, I know, right? Her number 5. She's so angry to put number 5 in number 5. She has a top 4, but an honorable mention top 5. But 10 through 6, I'm going to go first. And don't worry, I won't take up too much time, even though I know you don't care. Okay, so number 10 is Astro's Playroom.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, because the part 1 is Astro Bot Rescue Mission, so I was like,
Astro's Playroom.
It's a free game that comes in your PS5.
Astro's Playroom.
I know, she's going to slap me.
It's a number 10. What the fuck?
Because it made me feel like a kid again. Christmas morning when you get your PS5, you open it up, it's the game that comes packaged in it, and it's like 4 or 5 hours, but it's platforming perfection, and it also demonstrates and demos the DualSense controller.
Okay.
Which I'll let you play the demo of it.
So I can see.
So you could see and feel the DualSense. And then you'll be like, maybe. But I really quite enjoyed it. And you know, I love my little sack boys. And I love my, you know, Little Big Planet, Super Mario,
really
Yoshi, Mega Man, Sonic. I love my little mascots.
Right.
So, you know, Astrobot, he deserves to be there.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Can you imagine? And then number 9 is another, oh my god, number 9.
Oh god.
I would never choke you, Mama. I love you too much.
What is number 9?
Number 9, I laugh because it's like mascots and cute little shits. You could tell how gay as fuck I am. Number 9, Fall Guys. I really fell in love with Fall Guys. I still play it I still play it a few hours every week, like really quick to get the new costumes.
I fucking saw him play that shit the other day.
Yeah, I was like, hey, let me play for you.
I was like, you're still
level.
playing this
because
shit?
Now it's like Christmas levels, so it's like snowing and shit and all the levels.
Have they changed it up at least?
Yeah, no, they changed up the games.
Okay,
they changed up the games. It does get boring because they changed up like 3 games, but you're
same.
still Russian roulette
over and over and over.
with all the other. Yeah, you kind of. I
too
got
much,
burned
man.
out a bit. Yeah, but it's fun to play, like, if you really have nothing to do and you have an hour to kill or 30 minutes to kill.
You just play that.
And you just fucking do it. But I, get different costumes, it's different stupidity. But but it's because I know. But it was fun. That's why it's not really high in my list. It's not all in my...
it's more than 10. I think that's already too high.
No, it's because it came at the right time. It was adorable. Nothing like it was done before. It's like a gauntlet style game show, battle royale type funness.
I gotta admit,
it never clicked with Jax.
No, I gotta admit.
It never clicked.
I didn't
You did play for a few hours, though.
I played a bunch. I played a lot with him, and I gotta say it was fun. And I think it did come at a time where a lot of serious games were coming out.
Yeah.
Like serious themes, everything was really dark. And that was pretty, pretty fun. I gotta say that it is fun.
It is fun, yeah. And then when we were all just bored and thinking of when going back to work or when at least the movie theater was gonna reopen again and all of that, it was senseless, mindless fun.
Yeah.
And then the theme song is addicting. And then the way they talk, I just love it.
I love the way they walk.
I know, me
that shit cracks me up.
And then on Twitter, people are like, what they look on the inside, and it's like a demon or a skeleton. I have to show you the fan art. It's so cute.
Have to.
Okay, number 8, another mascot, animal mascot.
What is
this year has been Maneater, which is free, but for PS5, I think. Damn it. Can you get it free on PS4?
I don't know. I'd have to check.
It's one of the PlayStation Plus games.
Okay.
Do not sleep on it. You will fucking love it.
An
open world game in where you play a baby shark avenging his mother's death.
Oh, wow.
How does that not fucking sound awesome?
Oh, wow.
How does that not sound fucking awesome?
A baby shark.
Yeah, a baby shark.
Avenging his mother's death.
Yes. And then you're growing up in the sea, eating other fishes.
Is that the one where you made him a robot?
Yeah, I did electric robot. Yeah, like I made him because you could upgrade the fins.
Oh, I remember you playing that game.
Yes, at the beginning of the year.
Is it free right now?
It's free right now for PlayStation Plus, but I don't know if it's like a PS5 exclusive.
Is it this month's free
game? It's this month's free game but I don't know if it's just like once again PS5. I don't know because I think they said we apologize for PS4 users. It's only I don't know.
Oh, they apologize for it and everything.
I think so. Yeah, because at first it was like gonna be, but it might check. Can you check?
I think so. I think they let me look at the Play Store here. Deals, subscriptions, what's hot, new games.
How just search for it and see if it like.
Let's see. Bringing you all of the news.
Maneater all together, like the Lady Gaga song. Who has Maneater as a song?
Did you know Maneater is also a mascara?
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm. No, you have to pay for it.
And see the PS5 version? Is that the one that's free? Yeah, included with. Oh, add to library though.
Yeah, but I can't because I don't have a PS5.
No, but do it.
But why?
Do it and then re-download it.
Sign in to proceed. We'll do this later.
We'll do that later. Hey, Mama, if you could trick the computer and get Maneater. Okay, so Maneater was addicting. It was fun. It was an awesome platinum.
I did not know that you were avenging your mother.
Yeah. The
that
way
really makes me want to play.
Yeah, the way it starts is that it's like it's like a documentary. It's the weird thing is the game doesn't know where it should be a drama or a comedy because there's like a documentary narrator. Yeah, there's a narrator, which is really funny. It's a guy from Rick and Morty, the dad.
Okay.
So he's really funny in it. But how you call it? It's a documentary show, like those shows they have like an MTV or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there catching the wild or whatever.
Right.
So they're like, they didn't notice they're killing the mom shark, but they didn't know the mom shark was pregnant.
Know the baby.
Yeah, and then so that baby shark bites the hand off of like the main host of that show.
Of the person that's killing the...
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no.
And then, but he escapes. So then it's you leveling up and you know...
Fighting the people that killed your mom.
Yeah, exactly. And then and then you start killing the crew one by one. Yes. And then until you reach that. And the ending is like, I'm not going to tell you. The ending, I was like...
I love
Yeah,
it.
and then you start, and it's the reason I say it's also a drama is because the relationship between the dad and the son, because the son is like, maybe we could better our lives. Why do we have to do this TV show? I didn't want to be a fisherman,
Right.
and then, but I don't want to spoil too much on that relationship or what happens or any of that.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes it could go real deep drama.
That's
And then one
intense.
joke you'll like, I'll spoil a random joke, because it's like, you see, like, a scarecrow of a clown with a red balloon in the water, kind of like it in the sewers, and the narrator's like, oh, I guess some things do float down here, and so it's like, it's just really fun. It
sounds fun.
My number 7 is Resident Evil Resistance. Did you play with me?
I did not.
No.
Or did I? Is that the one where the kids are like going through rooms?
Yeah. Did you get it?
I didn't get it, but we did play together.
How did we play together?
Because
was it a
was
demo?
A beta.
Oh, the beta. I had you
beta.
download the beta. Right, I remember.
Yeah.
I got addicted to it so badly.
Did you?
All my characters
Our level?
are like leveled up. I have all like perks and all of that. Like, I was obsessed with that game. That's why.
You went ham on it?
Yeah, huh?
You went ham on it?
Yes, I went super duper good. Reading all like the backstory, getting the fan art, like making up stories of them, and just it was hours and hours and hours of fun.
It's fun though. At least you enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, I super enjoyed it. It was during the pandemic period too, those 3 months of not working and stuff like that. And just like, there's nothing else to do. Let me play that. So I played it, and I really, really loved it. I want to go back into it, like, again.
You should.
Yeah, I should. It's just, I wonder if they added another character. That would be awesome, because I know they added Jill, and I went back for that. And
They
I
added
leveled up.
Jill?
They added Jill. Yeah, and she has like a gun weapon. It's super cool. I forgot what the gun does, but it's like really good. And I also loved playing that game is almost platinum. But with online multiplayer games, it's a little harder to platinum, because you need teammates and you need a specific thing to happen. But I'm pretty far in trophy levels for it.
Nice.
I got really obsessed. And then my number 6 is another mascot.
Oh Lord.
Sackboy.
Really?
I love Sackboy. My little big planet.
I don't know why you love it so
Sackboy. Because it's like, I love the Mario games. So it's like the Mario games, but better. Because sometimes Mario could be a little bit too easy. And sometimes they go, Mario games still retain the magic. I fucking love Mario games. I'm not going to... But sometimes they could go in the easy level. And they could be, Little Big Planet has a challenge. It has a challenge. And I like collectathons of collecting everything within a level.
All the
all the secret little collectibles. And all of that. And come on, Sackboy is so cute.
He is pretty
It's so cute. Yes, and then this time it's a single player story.
Aww.
That's the update, because Little Big Planet is like you're playing random
you just
levels.
Play with a bunch of people
but this one is like you're the hero of
of the world,
of the craft world or whatever.
Aww.
Yeah, and you're going through a journey, learning powers, and the villain is so cool. It's like a Tim Burton type, like Oogie Boogie wannabe.
Aww.
Vex, I think is his name. Vex or Vix, something like that. But he's like so, and he's voiced, I think, by like a British man, so it's whimsical. It's also with the PS5, and it's on PS4 too. But it's like not clay animation. Not clay animation, that's wrong. But like everything looks realistic, like the wool and the stitching and the way they're crafted and all of that.
Is it very 3D?
But it also looks real.
Okay.
Like you could for example, with Sackboy, you could see like how you have little pelitos and stuff like. You could see like him worn out. Yeah, you could see like it's real. It's like you could touch the yarn and like.
How cute.
It's so adorable, and with the PS5, the reflection of the lights and the ray tracing. Oh my god! But yeah, Sackboy, and then you would love it because it has musical levels. And then one level is Britney Spears' "Toxic" with a boss.
Really?
Yeah, it's a boss. It's like a woman, woman that's like
poison at you or something.
Yes, and then also it's because the woman is, I guess, under Vex's control. So she's like, "You're toxic, got me slipping under," and you're like Sackboy trying to like beat the level.
Run away?
Yes, and then there's like one musical level in each world.
That is so cute.
And it's just so fucking adorable, Jax.
That's so cute.
It's so fucking adorable.
No.
But yeah, I have to put Sackboy, and you don't have Sackboys everywhere. I love Sackboy.
He really does.
He's just as big as Mario to me.
I see that.
I love my little Sackboy. And then we're gonna go with your 5, and then my 5.
Okay, my number
So
5 is not an actual number 5. Like,
Can't wait.
this bitch is like, no, just put it as your number
Just
5,
put it.
so you can have a
You
top
played
5.
hours, yeah.
So my number 5 is Fall Guys. Unfortunately. No, I mean, it's not like, you know, it's just that for me, I don't know, top 10 has to be like really like epic games, but maybe I should stop thinking that way.
Yeah, no, you know, I'm like, one day you'll have a top 10.
One day.
But you don't
eventually.
have to have a top 10.
I mean, maybe this year, I don't think so. There's
Yeah,
like
me, it's
nothing
just
coming
I'm
out.
always
Nothing's even coming
gaming,
out.
and it's just like, yeah. And then also, you know, my job, I'm fortunate that I could rent a bunch of games too, and
Yeah,
not,
he can.
you know, be exactly, so I could venture more out.
But yeah, I mean, when it first came out, a bunch of my friends were like, have you played this?
Have you
played this? I was like, I haven't.
I
And
was
they're
so
like,
surprised it didn't click on you.
dude, yeah. And they're like, you have to play it. It's so much fun. And I remember one of my friends who I also play Apex with, he was like, it's just mindless fun. It's just, you don't get stressed. You don't get upset.
Yeah, it's super
You
fucking
just go
adorable.
through it and you're just, you know, you're like a blob just going through it and you're having fun. And I was like, okay, I gotta check it out then. And honestly, when I first started playing it, it was a lot of fun. But what I didn't like about it was that it was so repetitive. Like you just
Yeah, that I do admit that. I
play
do admit
all
that.
the same
Like,
games
yeah,
over and
después de
over.
una semana, like after a
Like,
week,
that's it.
you're like over it. You're
Like, you
over it.
can't.
Yeah, it's like, also, I did play to the point of like,
Fatigued.
yeah, because at the time, Daniela wasn't working, Elizabeth wasn't working, Santi wasn't working, like, none of us were working. And then it was just like,
You're just playing it all day.
yeah, like 6 hours straight, 7 hours straight, and then we got fatigued.
I bet.
Like, it is true that I dropped it. Like, I don't play it as much. I still do because, you know, I'm an
He still
idiot.
does.
Yeah, and sometimes I like little costumes. Like, they'll have a random costume and I'll throw myself in.
I mean, it is a lot of fun just to see them flopping around.
And-
They all walk like fucking penguins. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I love their sound effects.
And I love it when you make them jump and they fall on their faces. It's so funny.
It's so adorable.
It really is funny. But yeah, I mean,
Okay,
it was okay.
so my number 5 is Marvel's Avengers.
What?
Yes.
I
Well,
think
we
it's
already
gonna be
talked
higher up.
about this before the video, that we both, well, you don't have a trifecta, do you?
I mean,
You have a
my
trifecta?
3,
Or
yeah.
you have a 3 that's super solid.
Yeah.
So do I. There's nothing that could break my top 3. The top 3 are like masterpiece games.
I'm really
So Marvel can't be that high. Compare Marvel. Marvel's probably your number 4. I'm guessing it's her number 4, unless it's her 3rd within her trifecta. It's not okay, so we can spoil that. Yeah, Marvel.
I mean, it's true. It can't be that high up because the other ones are just so
Yeah.
good.
Now, story-wise, I think it's up there as like a great game. What I think does mess it up a little bit is the multiplayer is not as fun, and it's not talking about Fall Guys and repetition and stuff like that. I found like Avengers robot fighting robot for the multiplayer. Robot. The Sahara Desert, the woods.
Everything was robots.
Yeah, everything was robots.
I mean, it's not even the multiplayer. Also, I have to say that for the game as like a whole, it was mostly that. It was just fighting robots everywhere. It was just a lot of smashing and
Yeah.
smashing and smashing.
It's
and
the
going
quiet
through.
moments that got to us.
Yeah.
Like, I know you fell in love with Kamala
Oh
the
my
same
god.
way I fell in love with Kamala.
is so cute.
Oh my god.
She's so awesome. I love her spirit.
And then we're gonna love her even more this year after the Disney Plus series. Oh my god! And you have to see. I have to show you the sneak peek because they have the footage
They
already.
did?
Yeah, and I think she's perfect.
Yeah?
I think she's perfect.
The
Like, I'm
person they
already like
cast?
about to like cry.
I gotta see.
Yeah, I think they cast it perfectly.
Aw.
And then the good thing is, like, with a show where you could expand it more, so you know, other than a movie, so you know we're gonna fall in love with her.
Yep.
And it's gonna be the decade of Kamala
It's gonna be
and
so
Miles.
cute. Oh my god, and Miles.
And Miles. So like, I'm here for them, and
Yep.
I want them to replace the main
For
heroes.
real.
We already got the main heroes. 7,000 times. We need this
I
new
mean,
generation.
even though I really loved all the versions of our heroes in the game. Oh my
I did
God,
too.
they were so awesome.
Like, I love Tony Stark with the long hair and the depression.
Yeah. And I loved Black Widow. She was all like,
Mhm.
I love, there's this one scene where she goes to save Kamala from something. And she's like, why am I even here? I don't even like kids. But you know, deep down, she just loves everything. And she wants to do the right thing all the time, even though she pretends to be such a badass.
Yeah.
She's so awesome.
I just love her so much.
I mean, and Thor and Captain America being hot.
Yeah, oh my God, don't talk about Cap. My skins
With
for
like
Cap.
his shirt. Without his shirt
I play
on.
with him shirtless
I play
all
with him
the
naked,
time, and I got
basically.
these like black dominatrix type looking pants.
For real?
Yes, that's how I play him. He's my main character. I have him in max.
I bet.
Yeah, I have Kamala as my second mix.
Yeah?
Like, everything's maxed for her for the multiplayer now.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But yeah, I really love Avengers.
I mean, yeah.
It's
That one-
not as great. Imagine if they were to delete the multiplayer. I
Uh-huh.
think it would have been higher in our list, way higher in our list, if they did a single player focus, like if they did with Spider-Man and
Mhm.
Miles Morales, and
I
like
think
if they
they
kept
probably
it
would've.
centered.
Yeah.
The multiplayer and then the ickiness of the microtransaction, paying $14 for one costume and all the
Yeah.
money, like that's icky, and we don't like that
No,
shit.
at all.
Yeah, we love the quiet moments.
Yeah. I mean, it was so amazing. Every time I got a
But it's
cutscene,
there. It's there. It's
Yeah,
the
I mean,
cutscenes are the story is top notch.
it was so
It
good.
is.
Every time I got a cutscene, I was like I would put everything down and I'd be so focused because it was. I mean, honestly, they did a really, really
They
good
did a
job.
really good job.
They did a really good job.
And the voice actress for Kamala, I want to see her more things. They better like.
They better use her.
Yes, because she's fucking amazing.
Did you notice that Aloy was in it?
Yes.
I was like, my baby.
Every time Aloy's in something, she's like, "Do you know it's Aloy? Do you know it's like what was it recently that you told me it was Aloy?" And I'm like, "For real? It was for something recent. Was it a TV show?"
I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, we would have to look back in our chat, and you're
But I
like,
was
"Did
like,
you know
did
this
you know
is
that?
Aloy?"
Bro, because every time I hear her voice, I'm like, it's her.
It's her.
I know it's her. I know
It's
it's her.
her.
And then I look it up, and it's her.
It's her. That's funny.
I fucking love her. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it was my number 4.
It's your number? Oh, go to
Yeah.
now. Go.
I mean, I just like from the beginning, like I loved that she was so excited about the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a
we would
perfect.
be-
Yeah, it's a perfect intro to them.
Yes, like she was there as a fan, and she was like fangirling out, and she was like, and I love it when Thor came up to her, and then she's all like, "You're Thor." And she's like just looking up at him,
Yeah.
like in awe, and I'm like, that's definitely what what we would do.
Yes.
Like if we had Thor next to us, we'd be like speechless. But I mean, I loved everything about the story.
I did.
I really did.
loved
The only
story.
thing I didn't like is that it did feel like it was a little bit everywhere. Like with like the little with so many missions. I mean, if you went into the war table, there were missions fucking everywhere. And a lot of the time, I didn't even know which missions were like the main missions and which ones were the side
it's
missions.
the multiplayer sticks
like,
its
what the
head in there,
hell?
and I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going? Yeah, and then in the middle of the story, I think they force you to go
To
online
do some side things?
to do some online side things. And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, we
Yeah.
want the story.
I wanted to stay like main story focused, and then I kept seeing all these like side things and multiplayer things, and I was like, what the hell's happening?
Yeah.
But other than that, it was really good storyline.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
So that was your number 4.
That was my number
and then
4.
it was my number 5, and then so I had to lead into number 4.
Yes.
Yes. So number
What's your
4.
number 4?
Going from one Marvel heroes to the other.
Oh,
Spider-Man Miles Morales
Oh,
is number
no.
4.
Oh, what the hell's your
Yeah.
number 3?
She'll find out my number 3. She'll find out my number 3. My number 3, I have to defend that. Well, when I get to number 3.
Oh my god.
Anyways, Miles Morales, I wanted it to be longer. Maybe that's why it fell a little bit. But even being motherfucking short, it delivers.
It did.
It delivers. Even though you told me don't say it when I was like, it even it doesn't beat part 1, because part 1 is what invented it all and everything. But I feel like part 1 has pacing issues now, overthinking it with Miles, because Miles, I'm like, I love his cell phones. There's not that many side quests. Like everything's condensed and everything's like it doesn't overstay its welcome.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Mary Jane with the stealth missions in the original. I don't miss that. I love Mary Jane. I love Mary
You
Jane.
don't love the
But
stealth
the stealth
mission?
mission, I'm like, oh my god.
It's because this motherfucker doesn't like stealth.
No, I do like stealth. No, I don't.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
always shotgun in the front.
Literally, I'm the one in the back shooting people with the sniper, staying out of sight.
And me, I'm like,
he's the one in the front with the shotgun. Pa, 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 pa.
Yeah,
Dying.
that's why I die in Apex. And then the reason I don't like Apex is those sandstorms. I'm like, Mama, where? She's like, follow the line, the yellow line. I'm like, what yellow line? Oh, yeah.
He's ridiculous.
Oh, but yeah, Miles Morales, the story made me cry. The ending, I was like,
I didn't think I was gonna cry.
yes, I think like,
Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna cry, but I cried.
yeah,
It was so sad.
yeah.
And
I
they did it
had
so
text
well.
you. I was
Yeah.
like, prepárate.
Yeah, he warned me.
Yes, I was like, prepárate. I really, really loved it, and that's when I think Marvel and DC and all of these things, when they do villains that have a heart, or like villains that you could see the hero in their story.
Yeah.
Like it was, and it's just the way they added every character with Miles's uncle.
Yeah.
And that was an awesome
All the
boss battle.
store people.
All the
oh
yes,
my
La Bodega.
God. Yeah.
Yes, and then the representation
It was
with
so good.
Puerto Rico.
It was so
Yes,
good.
and then the lesbian couple at the homeless
Yes.
shelter. Oh my God,
It was
so
so
many.
great. And what's her name? Brittany, Hillary. What's her the deaf girl? Haley.
Haley. Yeah.
my
Oh,
God.
yes, the sign language and Miles knowing
Yes,
sign languages.
that
I
was
know
so
sign languages.
awesome.
Sign language too.
I thought that was really awesome.
That was
they
really
included that
awesome.
in there. She's
Yeah,
a
and
badass.
she's super
And she's so cute.
I want him with everyone.
Partially, like I ship them a little bit.
I ship them too.
Like I ship them. I ship him with Finn. Even though with Finn, I don't know. With Finn, for me, it was more of a brotherly.
Yeah, me
love.
too. For me too. I was
Yeah.
like, it's more like a brother sister, like a beautiful relationship. Yeah.
They had like kind of that understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want like anything to happen to Finn. Like, you know, even though we said spoilers already, fuck it. When Finn
You
died,
didn't want her to die?
I didn't want her to die.
I didn't want her
was
to die
like
either.
so angry.
I was too.
I was like, fuck. But regardless of her death, it was heroic.
It was.
And if she had to have a death, she went out with a bang.
She literally did it with a literal
She literally
bang.
did. Oh, but you know what I meant? Like,
But yeah.
like, oh my God.
I mean,
when she sacrificed
she
herself.
saved everybody.
She saved everybody.
I mean, she
Even
put
though
them all in
technically
danger.
she's the one who put them all in danger. We're not gonna do it.
She put them all in danger.
But then again, if your brother died, and that organization, like, I would go crazy too.
No. There's one thing with going crazy. There's
And then
another
one thing
thing
with going a little
with
too
going
crazy.
too far, because Miles was literally trying to tell her,
Oh yeah.
"Hey, listen, shit's gonna blow up."
Yeah, like
And she's
the
like,
city, your
"You
plan, you gotta
lying
take
to
it.
me?"
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Bitch, no, he's not." But
yeah.
I
If they were to
mean-
trust each other and listen, but remember they would
would have been
they
so
were lying
awesome.
to each other at first,
They
so
were.
they're
Both
and
of
they
them were.
hadn't seen each other in a year, and then they got estranged over Miles' dad's death.
yeah, but they
so
were
it made them separate a bit.
But they were both lying to each other. It wasn't just him, and then she just takes it out on him the whole time.
No, it is true. If they were to listen to each other, it would
They
have
would have been such a badass team.
But it's realistic. It's
I mean,
realistic
yeah.
to real life relationships. Sometimes people just don't understand, and friendships break, and
Yeah.
friendships, yeah.
Yeah.
But you see how many layers the game has
So
that we
many.
could talk to it and like, oh my God, I just
So
really,
good.
really loved it, and it was a fun ass platinum, and I didn't even mind that for one of the trophies you have to beat it again.
Oh yeah, I
Right?
didn't mind at all.
Like I did not mind doing it.
You know,
at
I
all.
beat it twice, almost completely. Like doing all the side
Oh, doing
everything.
all the side things? No, the second time I did like rushed.
Like
Like
no,
I was like,
no, because you know I'm a little bit crazy, and you know in like the side missions where you got ultimate and amazing and whatever the fuck.
you just need to get the middle one.
I know, but
Some of them, I'm like, I
but
can't
I wanted
do the third
I
one.
wanted to get
I can't
the
do
highest
this
one.
for some
all
of them. For some of them, most of them, I did ultimate. Most of them,
No, yeah, I got
most of them, I did.
I literally got ultimate on all of them.
Yeah.
I almost didn't because there was one of the traversal ones. I literally did it at least 30 times. At least 30 times. Because
Yeah.
you had to get all the timing had to be perfect.
Was it like a stealth one?
No, it was one of the traversal ones. One of the ones where
Oh,
you're
the
like,
to
yeah,
go through the
yeah.
rings.
Mhm.
Oh, got it.
There was one of those, and literally the ultimate time was 1:45.
And you got like 147 or something like that.
I kept getting 147, 148. Literally, when you do it perfect, you get 145. Like, there's no room for error.
Yeah.
It's, like, really hard. It was the Central Park
Yeah.
one, I think. But
that's one thing I loved. I loved
Oh
all
my
the
God.
side stuff. And I like the collectibles still, too, this time around. Like when Miles, the sound.
the time capsules.
The time capsules were
They
awesome,
were so
too. And when
cute.
you would read the story and all of that. But also the uncle.
Sounds? Yeah.
The sounds.
Mix it.
And then when you get them all, you find out the fallout between the brothers.
And you get the suit.
And you get the Prowler suit. Which is
makes
super. The Black
So
Lives
cute.
Matter suit.
So good.
So fun. And the PS5, the light, the reflection of the sun is on it.
Is it?
I'm like, it's gorgeous.
It was really, it's a really pretty suit.
Really, really.
It was one of my favorites.
Which I'm upset because they're releasing Pops for Miles. I already have like 7 pre-orders. I know. I don't know where the fuck I'm going to fit them.
You should see the rest of his room. He has no room for anything else.
But they have Pops of one of every of his suits.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, almost like 90% of his suits.
And they don't have that one?
They don't have that one. I'm like, And it's not even called the Black Lives Matter suit. It's called the Pride suit. But, so name it the Pride suit if they think it's not going to sell well. I think it'll sell well.
I
super
think it'll
well.
sell just fine.
Yeah, even though, what's my favorite suit? I don't know if it's yours. The one that's all futuristic, where his eyes are like lights, LED lights. It's called the 2020 super suit. Or I had to show it to you. It looks like he has like an astronaut helmet, and it's like all LED, and it's like black, blue, and gray.
You have to show it to me.
I have to show you, but that's my favorite suit.
I actually had 3 favorite suits. There's one where he has the hoodie and his eyes are like smoke.
Ooh, yes.
I love that one. And there's one where he's like really shiny.
What shiny color?
Like his suit is colorful, but he's really shiny.
Okay.
And I love the
like a metallic shine.
And I love the Spider-Verse one.
Yeah, because it's like cell shaded.
So good.
Yeah.
It's so I use that
and when you're
most
traversing, it
looks so awesome.
It looks like the movie. Yeah.
He looks so.
And I think the music changes too, when you have that suit. I think.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I have to check it.
Yeah, they play like more hip hop. I think in the.
Bro, what was it? Because when you get like you put on like the customizations for the suits, there's an option in each of the different like subcategories where it's into the into the multiverse.
Yes, you have to equip that. It makes it choppy, like if you're in the CGI movie.
Does it?
It makes it like.
Really?
Yeah, like when you're floating and everything.
What?
Yeah, you have to equip that, and it makes it.
I have to equip all of them together then.
Yeah.
I thought I had them equipped that one time, but I didn't see a difference. I was like, maybe
it's like even the fighting is
you
like
get out, you start glitching.
Yeah,
places.
exactly.
For real?
Yeah, like the movie. It's really, really, really
How
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said 3 suits, so that's a perfect segue to what's your number 3.
That's my number 3.
That was your number 3. Oh, we went to your 3.
Yeah.
Yes, and then my 3. Oh, segue. I fucked up. My 3. Oh, there we go. And then you're like, what's his number 3? My number 3. You cannot kill me.
Oh God,
you cannot
it's gonna be
kill
something
me.
horrible. No, come on, man, for real.
Final Fantasy 7 remake. Yes. And it was almost my number 2. The same way your number 3 and your number 2 battled it out.
How?
But I'll explain that first. Let me say what I love about the game first, and before I go to the negative of why it went from number 2 to number 3. So number 3 is Final Fantasy 7 remake.
I can't.
I grew up with that game.
I know you did.
Yes, so I played the PlayStation game the same way with you, Dreamcast, and Shenmue was me, PlayStation 1, and fucking Final Fantasy 7.
Okay.
So I grew up with those characters. I would, high school, I would get the magazine when they would like show the Advent Children movie and the Dirge of Cerberus and Crisis Core, and I'm just all into the universe. And then, you know what it is to remake completely from the ground up a PlayStation 1 game? Because PlayStation 1, girl, that shit's ugly. Like now, watching it nowadays, like...
Listen, I don't know if they rebuilt it from the ground up. They still had the structure. It's not that impressive.
I can't with you. But anyways, these beloved characters being reintroduced to a new generation, and seeing all like the people, because I work in GameStop and stuff, seeing like all the new generation, the 17-year-olds or the 18-year-olds, like reading on their history and falling in love with the Final Fantasy story and the characters, and it's just like, I love this universe. Yeah. And oh my god, I'm not gonna cry.
Oh my god, are you crying?
No, I'm not.
Oh,
no, stop it.
Oh,
no, I'm not gonna cry.
It's
I'm not gonna
okay
cry.
to
I'm not gonna
cry.
cry.
It's okay. I know you love it. It's fine if you
But
cry.
yes. But it's an amazing story. It's characters.
For you.
Yeah, and it's also the first game. It was one of the first deaths to impact like us as gamers back then, even though we're not there yet, because they're stretching this game. They're remaking it, but it's a part 1.
So they're remaking it into 2 parts?
Maybe even 3. We don't even
wow.
know, girl. We don't know shit. They might overextend it. That's one of my complaints
so they're adding things to it?
Yes, they're adding, and then all the characters that were in the game for like 10 minutes or just for like 1 hour, they're getting way more side quests and they're getting super developed.
Okay.
And then just like, think of a beautiful game as you remember it. They remake it. They invigorate all those feelings you had as a child.
Oh god, you're crying.
I know, right? They invigorate all those things, and they bring it back to a whole new generation, and they make you feel like a kid again. And I don't know if it's because of the pandemic and thinking that we were all gonna die and all of that. The game was just like, it's what we needed for the time, and it's feel good too. It's feel good, and all the characters. I love all the characters, and Final Fantasy VII is life. I love the whole series of Final Fantasy. Yeah, I love Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Like, I love all and I stopped exactly at the last one. How funny. But I love even the side Final Fantasy games. I get it. Final Fantasy is life. I love Final Fantasy.
Is it the one where you play water soccer in the air?
That's 10.
Okay.
That's 10. Which is a great story too. You would love that story. That's a great romance too.
Is it?
So you would love that one. Yes.
You know, I always remember Final Fantasy as that.
The soccer,
the water
soccer. I can't with you.
Fucking, okay, because there was a friend of mine back in Portland when I used to live there. And he used to play, he played that one, 10, I guess. And I was over at his house when he was playing it. And I remembered that he was playing water soccer. And I always remember it as water soccer because he had what looked like a soccer ball. But there was water included in it for some reason.
I think the water soccer, you only play it once for the story.
And there was also like a ring.
It's a side thing.
There was also like a ring, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Quidditch. Like Harry Potter's Quidditch, but with soccer.
And water.
Yeah.
I was like, water,
Mama,
soccer, and Quidditch?
It's a
like,
fantasy
what the fuck is
world.
happening?
It's a fantasy world.
I'm a Barbie girl.
What are we obsessed with? Men chasing a pigskin football.
Ridiculous.
Exactly. So, in the future, water
Soccer, Quidditch.
Yeah, water, soccer, Quidditch.
That's what it's going to be called. I'm not even abbreviating it. That's what it is. Water, soccer, Quidditch.
Exactly. And so the reason it falters slightly.
What made you choose?
Is that, spoilers again, this one I do need to say spoilers because, in order for you to understand and stuff like that. They did a twist to it. Okay. You think it's a remake, and people are like, "Why did they call it Final Fantasy VII Remake instead of like Final Fantasy VII, Part 1, and then Part 2?" But because within itself, it is a remake.
Okay.
Let me blow your mind how they tried to blow our mind.
Okay.
This is one universe, and the main villain, Sephiroth, he came from another universe.
Okay.
So he's infiltrating this universe. So going forward, events could change. Characters that were supposed to die don't die in this one.
Okay.
So it's doing already a separate storyline. So that's why I think it could falter, because the director, Tetsuya Nomura, he's the director of Kingdom Hearts. And Kingdom Hearts, as much as I fucking love it, and I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is all over my room. I will die with Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is awesome within its own universe, Kingdom Hearts. But I'm scared if they bring the Kingdom Hearts, mumbo jumbo storyline of like alternate universes and like the darkness and the light, and then that's not the real Aerith, that's another Aerith.
Right.
Like, I'm scared if it gets convoluted. and it loses me.
Okay.
So I'm scared of that. The directors say they're not going to go that loopy,
That crazy.
you know, but they're saying to, you know the story already. You know it. We're still going to keep the same plot points as you remember. We're going to reinvigorate it for you as well, but we're going to throw little spices, little changes.
Okay.
We're going to do that to add some remix to it.
So did the remake end where the original ended?
Yes and no.
And
It did, but it also opened it up to the...
So now the next ones is going to be completely new content?
No, they could still do both. They could still keep it the remake and still do the same plot points, but then there's also added plot points of things that there's characters that are supposed to be dead that are not dead.
Okay.
And so it doesn't make sense.
So it didn't actually end where the original ends.
No, it does. It does, but some ends don't.
I see.
Yes, and it's also time traveling. You know, when you are time traveling
He
to
hates
any
that
story,
shit.
I know, you know that for the past like 20 years. You know, I'm like, Mama, I can't with time traveling bullshit stories. I can't.
He hates it so much.
I hate it so much. And then sometimes it could work in a story. I don't despise it. You know, you could honestly say I'm open-minded. You know, I give things a chance. But sometimes I'm apprehensive because Kingdom Hearts has that. And it's like, what? Like, you know, 1,000 years ago, a girl opened a box, the box exploded, now Mickey Mouse is dead. Like, I'm scared. It's too much, and I'm scared that Final Fantasy will go that route.
Okay.
That route. That's why my number 2 beat that number 3. So what's your number 2?
I think our number 2s are the same.
It's the same, yes. Our number 2s and our number 1s are the same.
Yeah.
I bet you. We know our number 1 is the same.
Yes. So number 2
is 1, 2, 3. Ghost of Tsushima. Yay! Oh my god. Let's talk about Jin's ass.
Oh
no,
Bro, Catherine was like, why are you obsessed with his ass?
I don't like.
Because I kept saying to her, I was like, Catherine, look at his butt when he comes out of the spring.
Yeah,
and she's like, the first time she was like, that's a good butt. And I was like, I know, right? And then the next like 10 times I was like, Catherine, he's coming out of the spring. And she's like, you need to stop.
That's funny. She's like, I'm over it.
She's like, I'm done with his butt.
Yeah.
But bro, oh my god. Oh my god.
Tell me that game wasn't a masterpiece.
That game, honestly, the only reason why that game wasn't number 1 was because it came out...
Well, number 1 is number 1. Number 1, we can't.
It came out in the same year as our number 1. Like, that's it. Like, I don't think... There's very few games that could have beat it, honestly. I'm going to be completely honest. Very few games could have beat it. And, I mean, the storyline, all his, like, close people, their storylines, oh my god. Like, everybody had... There was happiness, there was sadness, there was trauma. It was so... I mean, I think the only thing I didn't like was that it was so sad. I mean, almost everything ended sad.
All the side quests, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there was one side quest where, I don't know, you went to go, like, save this guy, and he's all like, did you save my family? And then you ran back to see if his family was alive, and they were both dead, like the wife and the kid. I was like, oh my god. Like, that one really got me.
Yeah.
Like, that one was really sad. And Masako's storyline, oh my god, like, her own sister sent them to kill her family. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that storyline was like... And then the twist in the middle of the storyline where she had a lover.
Yes!
I was like, oh my god.
The fact that she actually loved her.
Yes, she actually loved her and everything.
That was... I mean, that one got to me too.
That's one thing I do love about PlayStation and stuff like that. They're not afraid to go to those storylines, and they have just real people.
Yeah, they do.
They have real
like that
people.
guy that was at the other guy's grave, and he's all like, he was there
and the side thing,
lovers,
and they were lovers, and then that's, you know, don't kill me. It's not that I was trying to rob him or anything.
Yeah, he was just there. Yeah, mourning his love.
I like that town because that's town with the. That's with the one pretending to be a ghost spirit.
Yeah.
Even though you kind of think she's real.
Yeah,
like,
she's
I was
pretty
like,
creepy.
Was she a real ghost? I'm like, I'm creeped out.
Yeah, she's real
Yeah,
creepy.
because I played that at 3 in the morning. Well, I was like, oh my god.
I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Is this real or not?
even within the side quest, it's its own game.
Yes, it literally is.
Yeah.
It was so amazing. I mean, so amazing, and just the fact that it was so large, like the map was so big. It was so big. Honestly, when I first started, I was like a little apprehensive about it because I don't know, big games tend to bore me because it's never ending. Like they're never ending, and all the side quests tend to be the same thing over and over and over and over and over. But with this one,
there's so many variations.
There's so much story to every single side quest that you do, and it's just so beautiful to stare at.
Exactly.
It didn't
That's
feel
another beautiful thing about the game. It's very zen.
It's very zen.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things would be to look for haikus and just relax. And sometimes I wouldn't back out. I would actually meditate, like breathe in, breathe out with Jin.
Yeah.
Yes,
and then
really the upgrades with the bamboo. It feels like you're actually training your fingers, your thumbs, to get better at the bamboo strikes to get upgrades. Everything was implemented very, very well. Nothing was wasted.
It was so good.
The load times were like invisible.
They
like
were like non-existent.
Non-existent. Like I couldn't look at Twitter. I was so immersed in the game always.
Yeah, the whole time.
And then the story, perfection.
It really was so good.
Yeah, perfection.
Honestly, his uncle really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I have to say that his uncle really upset me. Because I get that you have structure and discipline and everything, but there's just no way that you can be so narrow-minded.
You can't be narrow-minded, yeah.
It's just
But it depends within the samurai code of his, like, he's the viejo. Like, if our grandparents, we could fight a little bit with them because they were born from a different era.
Like, I get it.
So they're more... I get it, too. I get what you're saying.
But there's just... there was no room to reason with him.
Yeah, there wasn't.
There literally was no
Even
room.
though I do feel like he's tolko. But I feel like deep down inside, he's still proud of Jin. Just with the looks. And that's really good with the motion capture.
Oh, yeah.
To convey that. Like, it's like Oscar nominated. Like, it's like where games are going now with their facial animation and everything.
Yeah.
Like, because the game is like a, Narasaka, I forgot his name, but the director of those Asian films that are so like samurai films. Because you know how I am. I read the novel, I read the comic books, I listen to the third album that it's based on. So like the directors kept talking about like, we were influenced by Akira Karasaki. The director's name. I'm gonna butcher the name, and I apologize. But like, I started watching his films, and then Santi knew about him. Santi had some of his films.
Okay.
I'm like, and then Jackie, you have to see his films, because you notice that our films are influenced by those films, and they came out decades later, because his films are like black and white, and I'm like, the cinematography and everything for those films are what inspired some of our films, and I'm like, whoa. So our lives were a lie.
Everything was a lie.
Yeah, like people need to get over foreign films. They need to get, and especially that Parasite won the Oscar. So it's like people need to stop it with subtitles, like being bugged by them. Like you miss out so much art.
You really do.
You do miss out so much art. Like that's why Ghost of Tsushima is art.
Especially Japanese films.
Yes. Like I have to show you the films. They're very intense. And you know my obsession with Japanese horror. You know my collection of Japanese horror films. I love and Korean horror films. Koreans do like they're very slow. Yeah, very like
real intense too.
Yeah. And it's like I want people to make more games. Like with different cultures and different backgrounds and different like we need them. We need them.
We really do. We really, really do. It was so amazing getting to know all the characters, every single one of them.
Exactly. And then my major complaint of 2020, I'm going to keep it into 1 minute, I promise, just 1 minute, that you are so lucky this year that you got so much representation.
I did.
You got so many lesbians and bisexuals.
He loves it and he's so upset at the same time.
I love it. I'm here for it. I never want it to stop. I'd rather have it than have nothing at all. But like, hopefully we get a gay main character,
He's
especially
so
with our
jelly.
number one. I am
Like,
jelly,
he's so
but I'm
jelly.
happy at the same time because you know it's LGBTQ forever plus. It's not just L and not just G. So like, oh my god! But I am upset. I am upset. I've only counted like one gay character.
No, Valhalla, you can make him gay, can't you?
Yes, but I don't count it.
Why not?
I don't count it.
You can make him gay.
I don't count it.
God.
No, because you have more options who are strictly.
You can make him gay in Cyberpunk too.
Yes, but it's not.
Oh my god.
It's not feel.
Okay.
It's not feel. And plus, the gay love interest is last within the story of Cyberpunk.
That's
So you
sad.
could you don't miss him because you need to play a little bit of it in order to beat the story. But you could almost skip it entirely.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
And the lesbian love interest is really fast in the story.
In Cyberpunk? No, but it's she's more predominant in the beginning, and she's in the beginning too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's really felt like she's right at the beginning. Like
Yeah,
you
she's
meet
right.
her right away.
Yeah.
She's hot as fuck.
I know. I love Judy. Judy.
fucking
Oh my
hot as fuck.
god. Oh my. I fucked up a little bit
Oh god.
because I took it in a gay sense. One of my selections, she's wearing like a swimsuit or whatever, and I put like your ass looks great, but I meant it more like in a gay way, like girl, your ass looks good. But you know, in the game, you know, it could be interpreted as straight. So she's like, watch yourself. Like she was like mad, like you know, you're a dude.
She's like, you're a man.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
And I'm like,
in my
no,
life."
no, wait, I meant it in a gay way.
I meant it like, girl, you fabulous.
Yes. Oh my god, because she's so
She's hot
hot.
as fuck.
And her, because I saw all the sex scenes. Her sex scene, I won't spoil. You're gonna love it.
I can't wait to see it.
You're gonna love it.
Ah!
But I think you did mess up, so you might
Why?
want to start all over.
Why did I mess up?
Because you chose male genitalia, no?
Oh yeah.
It automatically blocks you.
No.
Yeah, you have to have
I have to be.
female
I
genitalia.
have to have a vagina.
You have to have a vagina.
No.
They
That
made
is
it very
so sad.
binary in that
Oh,
sense.
that's so sad.
They made it very binary in
no,
that
so I
sense.
have to start
If
all
you
over
have a
again?
penis, she will neglect you.
You're
She'll.
kidding?
So you have to start again.
I
So
have
I'd
to
rather
start
tell
the
you
game
now.
all over again?
Yes, I'm for sure research
All
it.
over again.
Yeah, but are you far?
I feel like I am. Anyway, let's get back on point. We'll talk about all of this
We'll
later.
talk about cyberpunk and the sex scenes and lesbians.
So back to Ghost of Tsushima.
So Ghost of Tsushima.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Just-
highly recommend. Cannot wait for another one.
Yes, if you haven't played it,
Yes.
you need to go play it right
Yes,
now.
because even though it's a perfect as a one-off, but the only
see
story
it
thread,
continuing.
the only story thread I want more of, because you know, I kept telling her, I kept texting her, I'm like, they're so hot. They're like Catwoman and Batman. Like Yuna and Jin, they need to continue.
They
them.
need to get together.
And then there's a
I want
sexual
them to.
tension. There's a sexual tension.
There is a sexual
I could see them as
tension.
best friends.
But also more.
I could see them more, but as equals like Catwoman and Batman.
Yeah.
Like and then there's a hint of it because she's going to Tokyo. She's going to main Japan,
Yeah.
not just the off island of Tsushima.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like the sequel will go there. I hope so. Oh my god, with her brother.
That was so sad.
With her brother.
So
That
sad.
caught me off guard.
Did it?
That was like Last of Us
Oh
level.
no. I know
I
he
was like,
gonna.
that was a death that I was like,
I know he was gonna die.
I know.
I felt it.
I didn't feel it too much. It got me a little bit. I felt it when that scene was happening. I'm like, they're gonna kill him. That was a great
then boom,
villain
they
though too.
Oh my god, yes.
Khan.
He was so good at being evil. So good.
But I think he's real, or he's based on a real with the last name. He is a real, because this is like a real
like
war.
historic.
Yeah, it's a real historic, but they take liberties, of course.
Right.
They take liberties, but
Yeah,
like,
he was really good.
but they did really good.
You know who else I really love to hate was
As
his friend.
Ronin, not Ronin.
That guy, yeah.
I think
His
the
Ronin
the
friend.
clan is the Ronin clan, but I don't know if his name was Ronin
No.
too.
His name
No.
was something else. I can't remember
His name
what
is
his
too-
name was.
yeah.
But he was a fucking
Yeah,
asshole.
and you understood him también too. His people were going hungry.
They were starving.
You know, there was a difference between him and Yuna though,
Yeah.
because Yuna would still find another way.
Yeah.
You know,
She'd
she
rather
would
find another way than
result
yeah.
to like begging for food or
But one
killing
of the
for
most,
food.
honestly, one of the most like impacting scenes for me in the whole game was when he burned that person that was like they were trying to get through the gate of a city, of some city or another, and the Khan told him, burn him. Like, they had people tied up from the city, and they were telling them, if you don't open the doors, we're gonna burn them. And
how he flinched a little, like not flinched, but
he
hesitated.
He was the first guy that he burned. I mean, you could tell he didn't want to do it. You could tell that that was not like something he wanted to do, but he burned him anyway. And then the second guy, when he was gonna go burn him, he started screaming at the people inside the city to open the gate, because he didn't want to go through with it again.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't want to keep killing people, but just...
His storyline was really sad.
It was so sad.
It was so sad and depressed. Oh my god, we're getting, like depressed just thinking about it.
The desperation in his voice when he was... When he was, like, screaming at the people to just open the gate so he wouldn't have to burn that other person, like, that was... Like, honestly, the actor did such a good job on.
But that's
on
the
that
thing
scene.
with life. Sometimes you don't get happy endings. Yeah. Sometimes you don't get closure. Sometimes we lose people. Sometimes enemies of friends become, you know. And it's sometimes jealousy is an ugly thing.
Yeah, sometimes
if he wasn't jealous of Jin and the whole contest and the whole thing when they were children.
Yeah, he was still holding on to that.
Yeah, I was like, bitch, that happened when you were children.
Like,
get the fuck over
let it go, bro.
Let it go.
Be Elsa.
But I guess it's because it's honor and man and patriarchy and pride.
Oh my god, fuck that shit.
You know, straight men. Even though Jin, I feel bisexualness. I feel him and you, bisexual energy.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
They definitely both have bisexual energy.
But yeah.
There was something else
like
I wanted to highlight.
Aloy too. Oh. So hopefully they add love interest.
I think Aloy's pretty gay.
You think she's gay? I think she's bi.
But
that's because
gay.
I like her with the funny guy with the goatee.
Why do you like them together?
I like him because he's like funny. I like him. But I get it. But I don't mind. I need to play Frozen Wilds though because that girl feels like they're pushing her a lot, and I have to read the comics.
He still hasn't played Frozen Wilds.
Mama, when a
and
DLC
the second
when
game
it comes 2
is
years
about
later,
to come out.
I know. And the comic is her and her both of them. Her and that girl. I don't even know her name. What is it? I forgot. I don't know it.
Tala, something with.
And I love her because the voice actress, because I love her in like Star Wars Battlefront 2. Janina, she's a great voice actress.
That's her name.
Yeah, Janina.
That's a beautiful name.
Yeah, she's gorgeous too. Yes.
We're getting off track again.
Okay, yeah. But yeah.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I think that's pretty much it. We fucking loved it.
There was something else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, the
multiplayer I played. You didn't play yet.
No, I didn't.
We both platinumed Ghost of Tsushima.
We platinumed.
Then a few months later, the multiplayer is really fucking good.
Is it?
I put like about a good 20 hours.
I have to play it.
You have to play it. It's really, really, really good.
One of my other favorite like side stories was the master, the Arrow Master, and the fact that he was and the fact that he was chasing down his pupil who like went rogue.
Yes.
I love the way that one ended.
The rabbit mask and everything. Does she die?
No.
No, she leaves to Tokyo.
Yeah.
That was another open-ended thing.
Yeah.
Everybody's like all their storylines kind of lean towards a sequel in Tokyo. In main Japan.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
I really love the way that ended. She's like, I can go make a new life now. Yeah. And I will never touch a bow. For the rest of my life.
I was like, I loved it.
I was like, wow.
And she's like,
that's so intense.
She was kind of like,
they were chasing her so hard, and they couldn't even catch her any of the times.
And the way she fools Jin, like where she in the middle of the storyline, she's like a random woman in a house,
and it was her the whole time.
And they get to know each other,
and they hugged and shit.
Yeah, and then at the same time, I'm like, is this her?
Yeah.
Because you kind of think it's a guy, kind of.
No, you don't.
Or it's automatically known that it's a female, right? Oh, I thought it was assumed first it's a guy because even Jin makes a comment. Well, I don't remember that much.
No, it was, but that one was really good.
But yeah.
Anyway.
It's such a great...
masterpiece.
Yes.
Masterpiece.
Yes.
Speaking of masterpieces.
I know. Speaking of masterpieces, number one.
Our number one.
Is 1, 2, 3, The Last of Us Part 2.
Oh my god.
Where do we even start?
I don't even know where to start.
It's great. That's it. Bye. But,
I don't even know how to unpack everything.
We love the first one. We could start with not recapping the first one or anything. The first one was so beautiful. We thought it could never top. Oh, we could go with that. Through the years of us doing these videos, we're like, hey, how could they top it? How could they top it? Mama,
impossible to top it.
Yeah, Mama, they can't do it. They're gonna fuck it up.
They're gonna fuck it up.
They're gonna kill Ellie. They're like, oh my god.
Yeah, we thought they were gonna kill Ellie for sure.
Yes.
And then
they kind of kill her as in like.
I mean, they kill her spirit.
Her spirit, yeah. So that's.
They definitely kill her spirit.
Oh my god.
I mean,
our depression days after the game.
Oh my god. So fucking sad.
Like, we couldn't even...
Like, I felt empty
I didn't play
inside.
a game for like a week or
Yeah.
two. I needed to like process it.
Yeah, I felt empty inside.
Me too, yeah.
I literally
Totally
did.
agree.
I felt so...
Like one of those like great movies that really drain
That
you.
really gets you, and
Yeah,
you
and
just
you're
feel
just
like dead.
Yeah, and then like a week later, you're like washing dishes. Your mom walks by, and you're like, Tina, why? Why did you leave Tina?
Yeah.
Oh my
Something
God.
like that. It was
But
just,
yes.
wow.
Well, I'll go with my journey a little bit quick first.
Go.
There was a lot of buzz, and one of the scenes leaked online.
Okay.
Yes, Santi tried to warn me.
You fucked up.
I didn't fuck up. Somebody nasty started putting it in comments in random gaming websites.
Bastards.
Yes, so I only read it, but I didn't see it. Yes, and then I'm like, I hope this is not true. Like, because I don't want it. Not that I don't care about the plot point. It's just I didn't want to be spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of being spoiled, guys, seeing it in context and all, because me and you not debating, but discussing through the years, me and you always felt like Joel had to die.
Yeah.
The only difference is that me and you thought he was gonna have the Hollywood fairy tale of a
That
heroic
he's going down,
ending, like killing to save
500
Ali.
people.
But like Ghost of Tsushima, sometimes in life, you don't get a happy ending,
You really
or
don't.
your life doesn't go your way. Sometimes a curveball could be thrown away.
Yeah.
You always loved Ali from the beginning, right? And even when you made the switch, you loved Ali.
Abby?
Ali. Why did I say Ali? Sorry, I went stupid. Abby, you always loved her.
No.
Oh, you hated her at first too.
I didn't hate her.
Not
I
hate her, but
just-
disliked.
I couldn't.
What happened? What was going through your head through the switch? Because for me, you know the type of gamer we are. I like to do all the collectibles and everything.
Everything.
So my Ellie section of day 1, 2, 3, my Ellie section was like a good 14 hours. 14 hours playing as Ellie. And I'm like, how long is this game?
Yeah, it was so, like, it was really, for me, it was really long too. Because
Yeah.
I went through every
But
nook
not a
and
bad
cranny.
long.
No.
At the end, I didn't think it was a bad long.
No, I loved the length of
But then
the
again,
game.
me and you love the universe so much that we're like,
I would
give us
stay in
more.
it.
Give us more.
Yeah, I would stay in it forever. But no, I was going through every nook and cranny just like you did, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
Like when I remember we were joking about it because you're like when you switch to Abby, you're like, and then does it end after that? And I'm like, Mama,
Mama, you don't even know.
you don't even know. Like, do you switch? I didn't want to tell you, but I'm like,
Yeah.
there's way more after Abby as well. And
Yeah.
you're like, no.
I was so excited because I told him, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm halfway through. I just got to Abby's part. And he's like, you're not halfway through.
You're not halfway through, girl.
I was like, what?
Yeah, don't worry, I didn't spoil too
No,
much.
he didn't spoil anything at all, actually. But yeah, I thought it was going to be half her and half Abby.
Me too.
And
Me
I was
too.
like, okay.
And I'm like, when is this game
And
gonna
then
fucking end?
When it kept
But not in a bad
going,
way.
like when it kept going, I was like, oh my God.
It felt like 2 seasons of a show.
Yeah. It felt, but
But like in a good way, in a
like,
really good way.
I love the game so much that I love that it was so long.
Yes.
I love that it was so long.
And we played it twice.
Literally, actually.
Three times.
I
Three
played
times.
it. I played it 3 times.
And I didn't even skip the cutscenes.
I played it 3.5 times because I had some
something
tragic.
glitched. Oh my God, tell it.
I had some tragedy happen
Oh
to
my
me.
God, tell it. That I feel that to my core.
So I hate when there's extra save files in like my memory.
Yeah, when it
I
auto
hate
saves
it
and
because
it's like-
there's like 50 save files that don't need to be
And
there.
I warned her.
And he said, don't
Mama.
delete the main something or another.
Yeah,
and I was
there's
like,
a main
yeah,
one.
why would I delete that? And so I was deleting the extra saves, and there's one that says profile. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Let me
Delete.
just take this off. So I deleted it, and turns out profile is what keeps all your collectibles. So when I went back into the game, I had no collectibles. And I was literally more than halfway through it. And I was so sad. I literally cried. I stopped. I cried. I told him what had happened. And then I started over again. I had to. I mean, what was I gonna do at that
hurt
point?
Me so much when
It
I
was
read
so
that,
sad.
and I tried to like look shit up, and I'm like, Mama, no, go to your cloud.
He's like,
go
we
to
can
your
get it
cloud.
back. We can get it back. No.
Go to your cloud.
There was no
go to your cloud. I was like, oh my Lord.
It was so sad.
Yes, because one thing I do is I go online and then I read. I think it's Power Picks. Power Picks. He does non-spoiler. He's like, in this chapter, remember to keep a save here. Don't delete profile. He gives you clues and like tips. So I always, in the back of my mind, I always know this is the last place you could save. This is keep the profile.
Yeah. I'm never deleting a profile ever again in my life.
I know. I felt so bad for you.
It was so sad.
I was like, damn it, because you were right there. And then, you know what's funny? Then I told her what happened. Santi glitched his platinum. He didn't glitch it on purpose. It just happened automatically with him. He got all the collectible trophies.
Without getting them.
Something happened that it glitched for his game. Because he didn't download the patch. I think something happened. He was so impatient. He's like, I want to play the game. Going. Yeah, because the patch, remember the patch was like the game itself.
That
it was
patch
like
did take a really long time.
That patch thing. He's like, I want to fucking play it already.
He's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, so the trophies glitched and he got like all the collectibles so he didn't have to play it twice.
Bastard. Even though, I mean, I loved playing it so many times. I didn't, like, I think this is probably the only game that I would have played that many times because I just loved it.
No, but to be honest, Mama, like a great-ass movie, it's fuerte. It's fuerte. It's not like I play it every 2 months.
It's rough.
It's a good, every 2 years, I will revisit it. It's a game I love, and it's a masterpiece within my top 10 games of all time.
It's so good.
I could put that in there. It makes one, like, not horrible or anything, or anything, but I'm saying, like, it makes one normal. I feel, I believe, like,
and before this game came out, one was like
a masterpiece.
One was like, wow.
Yeah, one looks so amateur compared to this one. Like, not amateur, it's a weird word to say, but you get my sentiment.
I know what you're saying.
Yes, but like, oh my god, every character, every side quest, the mechanics, the blood, the stabbing, the everything in the game, the music, the storyline,
oh my god,
it's perfection. And it's like,
it was so good.
Yes. And then a lot of people were complaining about the game, which would get me furious. You know, in the store, all these people fighting about it. I'm like, stop it. Games are games and they're supposed to be for everybody. Like, stop it. They really wanted this game to fail, which it didn't. Ha ha ha.
That's what they get, little bitches.
Exactly. But everybody was saying how Ghost of Tsushima, which I felt too, which is so funny. Ghost of Tsushima, you have the choice to kill your uncle or not to kill your uncle. But Last of Us, I think, was bold. They took that choice away. Because it's within Ellie's character.
Yeah.
Not to kill Abby.
Yeah.
She had to learn that lesson.
She did.
She did. So they took away that choice because at the end of the day, that's Ellie.
It is.
That is Ellie.
That's the Ellie we were all hoping that she would be.
She would be. Even though the whole game, I was like, Mama, please.
Yeah.
Mama, please stop it with revenge.
Let it go, man.
Let it go. Let it go. And I was hating Abby at first. Not hating, but like disliking Abby. And I'm like, ay, pinga. What made me fall in love with Abby was Lev.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Lev.
Literally, it was all Lev. If Lev had not been included in Abby's storyline, I would have hated her for the whole game.
Yeah.
Like, I would have literally had nothing to like about her.
And you know, I fell in love with Owen. And that broke my heart.
I don't know why he fell in love with Owen, honestly.
Because it's Owen, because he's her best friend.
He was whatever.
And he always wanted, no, Mama, stop it.
Owen
deserved to have a story too. And then he's the only one that hesitates and stops her with Joel. He's like, is this really, really worth it?
He is the only one that stops her. But only because I feel like out of all of them, he's the one
that knows her the most.
Yeah, and that has gotten tired of the senseless killing. Like the rest of them, the rest of them,
happiness.
They don't care. Like, they don't care.
Yeah, he wants the happiness.
He's done with killing, and I think that's what drives him to second guess all the violence.
Exactly.
But he didn't really affect me as much as he did. Like, he was, for me, he was just another character.
Oh no, I loved everybody. I loved Jesse. You know what I was thinking? You know who I was thinking of earlier, like this week and everything? Randomly, because you know I talk to myself all the time at work if I'm like doing boxes in the back.
Okay.
I was thinking of Tommy.
Were you?
Tommy in this game.
Tommy,
how in the beginning, Tommy was not chicken shit, but Tommy's like, Ellie, revenge is bad. Ellie, I want to stay here in Jackson. Like, let's not go after this group of people.
He was like...
And that's his brother. His brother's the one who was murdered.
Yeah.
But then at the end,
he went backwards.
Dina and her happiness, and then Tommy comes, and Tommy's like...
He's all like...
You gotta go get them! And it's just a circle.
And then Dina's like, the fuck out of my house, bitch! And then, you know, he really, like, he's the one that instigates it.
At the end.
At the end.
Yeah, because she's going through PTSD.
Yeah, she was trying to get over it.
She was trying to.
She was really working through it.
But the PTSD was really bad on her.
And it was really getting to her and everything. But I think without Tommy, I think she would have been able to
deal with it and move on eventually.
Eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
But his bitch ass had to come in and
him with his broken ass leg and did he have a missing
one eye?
Yeah, missing eye.
Little bitch.
I know, I'm like, I can't. No, but at the same time I felt it because it's the circle of it. Ellie at first was the Tommy. Ellie's like, it's your brother. How are you not gonna want revenge?
Yeah.
We need to go out there. And then I was like,
we gotta go get them.
Yeah.
Which is what everybody was feeling at the moment. Like when you see him die and you realize that he's actually dead, like that shit got to me so much. I was like, no, he's not dead. He's gonna get up.
He's gonna get up.
He's gonna get up.
Get up, Joe.
And then when she hit him the last time and like the squirt of blood, like it went, I was like, he's dead. I can't believe he's dead.
Yeah, and then I know people were complaining about that, like reading things afterwards and stuff like that. Like they said that he not gave up, but he was a little too lenient with new survivors. That the real Joe would have been more apprehensive to like trust someone else. But to me, remember, Jackson is what, 5 years?
Yeah.
So of course he's gonna let his.
Is it 10?
No, I think it's 5 because Ellie went from like 14 to 19. No?
It's 5.
Yeah, it's 5 years.
I mean, he's been safe for
this long,
it's
and
what
he let
Neil
his
has
guard
been
down.
saying.
Yeah.
It's what all the literal characters have been saying. He's been safe. He hasn't had to deal with all this danger. And you know, I mean, people get used to good shit quicker than bad shit. I mean, he's so used to being safe and not being in immediate danger, not having to be suspicious of everybody that he meets. And you know, he's put into the situation and he reacts like a person would react. He'd be like, oh shit, you know, we just went through this thing. And him and Abby had just gone through this like this horde that they had escaped. You know, he's not gonna think that after saving her life, they're gonna fucking attack him.
They're not, yeah.
Who the fuck's gonna think that shit?
It's not. So I think it's just people wanting Joel to be the superstar, and this is Ellie's game. And then, but that was another, you know, not valid. I don't like to say that, but I can understand why people were like, they wanted it to just be Ellie, completely. But I like subversions. I like twists, and I like that because it's still Ellie's motherfucking game at the end of the day. Because even when you finish Abby, you still play another 4 to 5 hours as Ellie.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so it's still Ellie's story. You still get,
and
with the flashbacks, you still get a lot of Joel.
Oh my god,
and
so
a lot of heartfelt moments. I would understand maybe if they didn't they deleted all the Joel flashbacks, and maybe it would have felt off a bit too.
Yeah, it would have.
It would have felt off.
Really off.
And then people were like saying that the story is too disjointed. I thought it was like a perfect, not telenovela, that's the wrong word to say, but I thought it was the perfect epic. Yeah. Like of highs and the way the story rhymes. I give it to Neil and his co-writer.
Yeah.
Like she did amazing too. Yeah, I feel like.
Honestly, I don't know why anybody would say that.
Oh, we both got itchy at the same time.
I don't know why anybody would say that it's disjointed. I mean, the way that the way that you see things from both perspectives that you know are happening at the same time when you play them. Like, there's a moment where you're playing something with Abby and you're like, oh, Ellie was here at this point, or
Yes.
Ellie was here before her.
Or you're learning about the characters.
Yeah, and I don't know why anybody would say it's disjointed. I thought it was so
not.
perfectly like in sync. Everything about it was in sync.
Exactly.
Everything was connected. Like when Lev,
It was very well thought out.
Yeah.
The web and everything. It was very like.
when she first went back for Lev, and like you going back through the same way that you came, like I thought that was fucking amazing.
Yeah. And then also the quiet moments, but not only the quiet moments, all like the stories within the memos and the notes and all of that,
Yes.
and the side quest stories. Like I love when Dina and her explore in Seattle the bank,
I mean that Seattle part, oh my god.
that open world part.
That was fucking mind blowing.
Yes, and I read the art book. It was originally going to be open world.
The whole everything?
The whole thing. And you were going to play, you were
Wow.
going to switch between both characters. And then,
Through the open world?
yeah, and then you, with Ellie, you were going to go to different, it was going to be like Manny's faction is here. And, like La Chinita, I forgot, and then what's the hospital woman, the one who's like, I'm not gonna give up my friends.
The rude one?
Yes, the rude one, yeah. That they were gonna be
fucking
different
deserved
bosses.
it. Nora?
Nora, there we go. There were gonna be different parts of Seattle, and then when you beat them all, it unlocks
fucking,
Abby. But like,
Nora
they could do
deserved it,
an
bro.
open world though. Now it gives me faith.
I mean,
Just with that Seattle section.
They could. It's just I don't see how it would have worked if they had made.
No,
everything
I meant
open
like
world.
they could do a open world in the future or something else.
No, yeah, they
Like,
could.
I feel
you mean
mechanically.
like them, like the studio?
The studio, yeah, they could do it. Like,
For
because
sure.
me and you were always like, because they're super linear. So we're like, what would happen if they were
Yeah.
to, because they're already experimenting, because Lost Legacy with Chloe.
It was open world.
It was open worldish. Yeah.
It was a lot
It's
of
not
open
super
world.
big,
But it was good.
but they're
I really
getting
love that
it.
game. That game was so good.
Now, talking about open world or future, how do we feel about A Last of Us 3? Do we feel the same way between 1 and 2?
No,
That 2 is too perfect?
I definitely need a Last of Us 3.
I need A Last of Us 3. It's a difference. It's a difference
I
this
need
time
one.
around. With 1 and 2,
With
we
hit-
didn't need a 2.
He didn't need a 2. I needed a 2. He was like, no, I'm good.
I'm good with 1.
I'm good with 1. And I was
Yeah.
like, no,
I'm
I
good
need
with
a
one.
2. I
Yeah,
need to know what happens, how they live their life now. And
Now, granted, I totally take it back after playing this part 2. I'm like, it needed the
it's like,
part
nope,
2.
I need it.
Part
but
2 was
yeah,
fucking amazing.
right now, but I would agree that my need for part 3 is bigger than my need for part 2. Like, if they had never made
And
a
that's
part
what I'm
2,
saying, yeah.
like if they,
If they
had
never made a
part
part 2, yeah.
it's not that I would have not been upset. It's just that I would have gotten
You would have
it.
been okay. You would have been okay.
Because it was, I mean, the ending of part 1 was an ending.
It was an ending. Even ambiguous as it was,
Yeah.
it was a beautiful ending.
But the ending of part 2
2?
left me wanting so much more, and I need more answers.
No, and it's more,
I need to know-
heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like, Dina needs to be endgame.
She
if-
needs to come back into the story. They need to end up together.
They need to end up together because they have a baby technically together.
Yeah,
and the
like-
baby is named after both
Yeah,
their lost loved ones.
literally.
Like they have to be endgame.
They can't.
I could be okay with her with another love interest in the beginning.
and
in
then
the beginning.
afterwards, she finds Dina, and then they
And
get
that
together.
wouldn't be that bad if they make us love a new love interest, but then they bring Dina, and then we're like we're slightly torn,
We're a
but we're
little
like
torn, but not
see,
really.
we're not that torn. But 3, but then again, my perfect 3 in my mind
Uh-huh.
is Abby and Ellie team up, and then I'm okay with Ellie dying in the 3rd final one. I think they only need a 3rd one, and that's it. I think it should be a trilogy, at least with Ellie and Abby. And
I'm
all
not
of that.
okay with her dying at all.
For a cure.
Fuck a cure.
I know, fuck the world. The world doesn't
Fuck a
deserve.
cure.
Yeah, the world
I'm
doesn't
not
deserve.
okay with her dying
Firefly
at all.
2.0.
I can't. I'm not
Because
okay
that's
with her
where
dying.
it feels like the story would go,
I
like
do.
a Firefly 2.0.
Most likely.
But that's
But
what
I
we-
wouldn't be okay
But
with
if that's the obvious, and then knowing Neil and knowing his
it.
writing
He doesn't
team,
go with the obvious.
he doesn't go with the obvious, so we might not even get Abby and Ellie. Can you imagine we get whole new characters?
Oh no, I don't know how I would feel about that.
I know, I don't want new characters.
I don't know how I would feel about that particularly. It's not that I wouldn't want them, it's just that I feel like the story of our characters is not done yet.
It's not done
I
yet.
feel like it's not done.
It's not. So that's how we feel about part 3.
Yeah.
But we won't be letting go of Last of Us anytime soon.
At all.
Because
I still want to go back into it. The multiplayer?
HBO.
Oh, yeah. They're
filming already. I think they're filming.
I hope they are.
Yes, they already found the director and they wrote the first few scripts. But I don't think they started filming yet, but they're about to film.
When did you start liking Abby?
When did I start liking Abby? I started to like Abby's side characters first.
Okay.
But in her obsession with her father and all of that, and her like being like mean to those characters, but I started to like her a little bit because she is caring. Like she does care about Mel's pregnancy and stuff like that. Like she does, and I like her relationship with Manny. Manny was hot too. Oh my god,
he was pretty hot. He was a hoe.
He was a hoe though.
He was sex with all the people.
I know. I love the note. I had to pause the note. Oh my god. But what was your question again? I totally lost.
When did you start liking Abby?
Oh, it was. I think it was through Lev, going back with Lev. Lev.
Was there a moment for you where you were like, oh damn, I like her?
I think it's when she was dealing with her claustrophobia, crossing the crane. Yeah, the crane bridge that she falls into the swimming pool in that other building. Yes, and then the when she grabs Lev. It's pretty much in the ending a little bit. When she grabs Lev and she's like, "You're my people."
That's not the ending.
Not the ending, but the ending of... It's not the ending of Abby? Like, there's still more there? It's because there's so much that... Oh, my God.
That scene was when I knew that I liked her.
Oh, as well? Okay.
Because that scene, for me, was so... It was so powerful. There was so much emotion in the way that she said that. Like... And I didn't want to like her. And I remember telling him, I said, I'm not going to like her. I don't care what the game does. There's nothing that they can do to make me like her. She killed Joel, right? Like, I wasn't ever... my plan was to not like her. Yeah, I mean, we all do. My plan was not to like her. Like, the whole time, I was not gonna like her. And then they go through this whole thing. She's fighting her own people for Lev. And they get to that scene, and she's like... And Lev is like, but they're your people. And then she says to Lev, you're my people. And I was like, fuck.
And the way that scene was animated and everything.
Yeah. Everything about that. I was like, damn it. I like her now. Like, why did they have to make her care about this kid?
Oh, and the sister. And I thought the sister was going to live because we amputated the arm.
She had to die as well.
I was like, fuck.
But the way she died, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Damn. They really shot her. They shot her up.
Like, all the deaths were like
they shot her up.
left and right, left and right, left and right. Manny's got me too. I screamed.
Bro, but like,
I screamed.
Did you for real?
I screamed, yeah, because it was very quick and fast and like...
You're like,
and then you see it. You see it goes through like his cheek, I think. Like, you know, and I'm like, and then knowing that it's Tommy, I was like, I can't.
Like, all the deaths were so bloody. They were so gruesome.
It needed to be, though.
They were so gruesome, and they felt so personal. It was...
Because it's a personal game.
It's a fucking game.
Everything, it works within each other.
That fucking game. I can't.
Yep. And that's our top 10 of the year.
It is.
It's going to be a little sucky because I don't think anything will top. The Last of Us is a decade game. It's a not once in a lifetime, but once in a while. Like a long while.
I don't know. I think it is. For me, personally.
9 months later, from Horizon Forbidden West.
Honestly, for me, I think it is a once in a lifetime game. For me. I don't know. I know. It's going to be really, really hard. Things don't reach that level. Things don't reach. They reach pretty close. Like Ghost of Tsushima, within its differences, if you were to delete Last of Us, like it got delayed till this year. Ghost of Tsushima would have been our number one. Yeah, it would have been. But it's a whole different class. The Last of Us. It is. It's like it's more than Hollywood movie, more than music, more than like it's within its structure of a video game, the perfect video game. It is literally the perfect video game. It is for us and our opinion of what we love, as we're most into story of video games because it is a medium to tell stories in a different way, in a different manner. Yes, like Last of Us is perfection.
and we can't stop thinking about it. We can't stop talking about it.
I still think about it.
Like, we could go another podcast hour with this.
We literally could.
We literally could.
Like,
But let's...
if we were gonna break it down, like really break it down, we could go and do like 3 hours of just The Last of Us.
We could do like Dina, starting with Dina. We could do like an hour on Ellie in the beginning of Seattle Day 1. We could like... we'll spend 6 days, actual days talking.
6 days later.
Exactly. But I think we should talk about the future.
Yes.
And this year that we're fucking in, which I hope it's brighter, even though after,
Hopefully.
you know, the Capitol and all of that.
It's starting off a little rocky.
It's starting
honestly,
a little rocky.
Gotta say.
Yes. Oh, and then they
It's not
already
looking
like
better.
stopped. They already stopped, I think, 1 or 2 people with guns trying to go to like assassinate. I'm like, I
my
can't.
God.
This world we're living in, and we're still in the pandemic. So hopefully we make it to our 5th anniversary. Knock on wood. Like,
For real,
but
man.
yeah. But we're gonna go with most anticipated Horizon Forbidden West for sure.
Holy shit.
Yes. And God of War. It's for both of them.
I mean,
So for with Horizon, I feel Horizon was great. Part 1 was great, but I feel Part 2 will be its masterpiece.
do you really think so?
I think so because Part 1 we were still feeling it,
Is that part
and
one?
it was something new.
But
and
part
it-
one was so good.
I know Part 1 is so good, but Part 2 it's a whole new different place.
It
She's
is.
traveling somewhere else, and we're finding out even more mysteries.
There's a lot of water in this one, which I really like.
And swimming and all of that, and then the robots this time around. That giant ass.
Did you see
turtle.
that giant turtle?
Oh my god!
That
That's
turtle's
a God
gonna
of
be a
War level.
bitch. That turtle's
But you
gonna
know
be
we're
a
gonna love
bitch.
it. You know we're gonna love it. But like, it's our most anticipated. I feel like it's gonna level up.
Yeah.
That's the best way I could describe it. It's gonna level up. I feel like it's gonna beat Part 1.
I think so, too.
Hopefully, what I'm hoping.
Hopefully too.
Yes, it's not incautious because I believe the team could do it.
Yeah.
Because Part 1, even though it was our number 1,
That year was our number 1.
4 years ago, it was
Yeah.
it was our number 1. So I think they could top it. That's why it's not in my cautious list.
I think they can too.
I think they can too.
I mean, I think they did it so well the first time that I don't think they're gonna have a problem.
And yeah, they could
killing it this
Yeah,
time.
yeah. What I'm hoping for is they level up everything the game. But I see that too. What I'm worried about, what I want more character interactions because I still feel like Part 1 is very Aloy centric, which is fucking amazing. But I feel like they could like Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us. We could talk about Dina, we could talk about Jesse, we could talk about Tommy, Joel, Abby. I want that with Aloy.
You can talk about the guy that you like with the thing.
I don't even know his name.
Aaron.
I still love that. Oh, Aaron, it's with an A. I knew it. Mama, it's 4 years since I played that one. But
You know, I still go back to play sometimes.
I know.
I haven't
Sometimes I
deleted
see
it.
you on your thing, and I'm like, this bitch.
I haven't deleted it. It's
I'm
still
like,
there.
I can't.
I love it.
And I need to go back for Frozen
You
Wilds
really do.
one day. And the comic book, did you read it yet?
I haven't, but I got it.
Yeah, I got it too. But with Forbidden West, I think they need to brush up the side characters and the side stories. Aloy is strong, but I think her side characters are not as strong.
You know what I really want them to allow us to do is
What?
fly on the birds.
Yes. I think they wanted to do that in the first one,
I hope they let
but
us
they
do
couldn't
that
get
in
the
this one.
technology.
I really hope they
They
do.
wanted instead of like holding it to the ground and holding it in place, they wanted you to lampoon to it, like.
And fly away with it
Yeah.
and shit. And fight in the air.
But I guess they couldn't with the memory. But
That's intense.
yeah,
I hope they can now.
yeah. And then with God of War, I want a time jump. I want angsty, bitchy teenage Atreus.
Atreus is...
Like, I want them to go there the same way his dad was sexual and not disgusting, but like very out there and very mean. I want
And
Atreus and rude. I want Atreus to go through a little phase of that. He did go through that a little bit in Part 1. He's like, I'm a god.
Uh-huh.
But I want like a teenage one.
Okay.
I want, especially that now we know he's Loki.
Uh-huh.
And you know the history of Loki and all of that. Even though we only really know it from the Marvel movie.
And Loki is pansexual, isn't he?
Yes, like, well, the Marvel version. Even though I don't know the Norse mythology version of him, but I'm hoping they bring that too.
Probably he is
I think
pansexual.
they're scared. Well, not really, but it's because Kratos is really like, you know, straight men are a really big fan of his. So Kratos, they can't do that. But I think for Atreus, they could.
They probably could.
Then for Atreus, I feel like they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I would like him like bisexual or pansexual. Like I would
sexual, all the things.
Yeah, and then that could make Kratos uncomfortable. And I wouldn't mind it going there. Like Kratos learning though. Kratos learning and not disowning him or anything. But like
Boy.
boy. What the fuck? But like, you know, it would be nice to see those storylines and stuff.
It would
like
be
that.
nice.
And then for Freya.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I fucking love Freya.
I fucking love Freya too.
I loved her so much.
And I wonder like her storyline and her grief of her, and then Thor.
I mean,
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
So Thor.
It's gonna be
and
very
remember,
Thor centric. I think.
Exactly. I feel so too.
But
yeah,
I
because I
also-
feel like Thor is gonna be the second one, the middle one, Ragnarok. I think Odin is gonna be the final endgame,
Most
like how
likely.
Zeus was for.
Yeah.
Odin will be the last one, but they could do, and then bring us more things though. Because I don't know that much about Norse mythology. Give us something else than Odin and Thor. There should be like
And the usual people.
yeah, like I found out about the brothers that you find, and Freya I didn't know about,
Freya's
and
fucking
Freya's
awesome.
son, I didn't know about him, and I got to learn about those gods.
Yeah.
And I hope the head
Mimir.
Lemire, yeah,
Mimir.
Mimir. Yeah, I have the little thing that I push him and he talks.
I put him on my keys.
Oh, you have it? Does he still talk?
No, his batteries ran out.
Oh, mama.
Yeah.
Pobrecito,
But he's still
Mimir.
on my keys. Look at him. He's so cute.
I love him. I hope he makes a return too, tells us more
He
stories.
better.
I hope the Valkyries are back even harder so we could
The
die.
Valkyries were so fucking. Oh my god.
Oh my god. But yeah, that's our most
Yeah.
anticipated.
And I like that they didn't like show anything in the trailer.
It was just a voice.
Yeah.
But that also scares me because it feels like it's 2022, 2023.
Yeah, I don't think
When
they're
they
gonna
don't
have
show
it done.
gameplay or anything, I get
They don't
like-
have it done.
Even though Horizon didn't show gameplay either, but it did show
Those bastards don't have
story.
it done.
Yeah.
They don't have it done.
Now watch these games not come out this year at all,
Oh
and
my
we're like
God.
anticipating them.
I'd be
This
so
year,
sad.
this year
What
might be
else-
dry.
Bro, what else even is there other than those
Okay,
two?
so my most cautious but still super fucking excited.
Is?
So first, it's only two. Far Cry 6, because it's in Cuba. It's not in Cuba, but it's fictional Cuba. So
Okay.
it's a dictator, it's his son. I love the Far Cry
Is
games.
it also an island?
It's another island.
Or
It's
are you
Cuba.
gonna just be an island
It's
every
Cuba.
time? Every time?
I know, every time
Every
it's
time,
an island.
it's just an
Well,
island.
no, with Far Cry 5, it was Montana, the United States. It was like, it was a state.
Okay.
I love the Far Cry series and the silliness of it and just everything about it. But I am cautious because sometimes they don't nail their tone. Sometimes they could go more in the silly route than in the serious because they deal with such political and serious topics, but yet sometimes they brush over it and make it more comedy, and they don't always go there, which I wish one time they would just go there. Just go there. Go all out. I think it would do them so good. But if it's more silly fun, I welcome it too. I'm not going to complain.
Really like them.
I really love them.
I know.
And then my second is Resident Evil Village, which this Thursday is a showcase,
Oh.
which they're going to do a new trailer and all of that, and maybe the release date.
Why are you cautious about it?
Cautious because you know Resident Evil, you know the gist of it, and you've played a couple of Resident Evils with me.
I did.
Revelations 2 is our life. We fucking love that
literal
game.
Life.
Yes, and what's the mode we always do?
Raid mode?
Raid mode. Mama, I'm getting old. Se me está olvidando todo. But raid mode that we put 180 hours into,
Literally.
and then that we, Stephanie and Giselle can get to our level.
They can't. They can't beat this shit.
They can't beat this shit. But how you call it? It's always been about zombies and stuff and mutated monsters. Resident Evil Village, they're gonna introduce werewolves and
Oh.
vampires.
Ooh.
You see, it is exciting. I'm
I
open-minded.
like it.
I'm open-minded, but I'm also cautious. I'm cautious because if they go way too supernatural,
Okay.
it's not Resident Evil anymore.
But I love the
But I have
supernatural
faith
shit.
with 7. I have faith with 7, so I feel like 8 will do us justice.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, that was our year 2020, and now talking about our 2021. It's been awesome, and I can't wait for
Yes.
next year.
Can't wait to see you guys back again.
Oh my God, will you have a top 5 again, or
I
maybe a
don't know.
top 10?
What
I
top
doubt
10?
it. A top 10. I know. I
Nothing's
can't.
coming up this year.
I know. Maybe next year. Maybe you'll get a PS5 at the end of this year.
Definitely. I mean, if Horizon comes out, I'll get a PS5.
Yeah. Hopefully you can find one.
I'm sure there'll be
My
more.
brother's still trying to find one.
There will be more. by
I'm
then.
trying to find one for my brother too. But it's like we get so little, and I don't like to be that person at work
That
like,
keeps one for yourself.
that keeps one, you know, like, I don't like to do that. So,
You don't like to abuse your
Santi
power?
stayed 17 hours in a Walmart to try, and
Oh,
he
hell
got it.
no.
That's how he got it.
Fuck
Anthony
that.
was the same thing, but Best Buy.
Hell no.
Yeah, and people were mean in those lines. Like, I was like,
People are always mean.
and then I posted it on Facebook. I'm like, it's up for pre-order. Run to your GameStop now. Nobody fucking listened to me. Only Mike did. And who has a PS5 now? Mike. And he got it. And Mike doesn't even game that much. He games like one game every 3 months.
He just has one.
He just loves it.
Wow.
Yeah. He was the only one that saw my Instagram and my post. And he's like, is this for real? And I'm like, yes, go to the store now.
Go do
He
it.
ran.
Bam.
He ran. And he got it. He got it. But yeah, guys, that'll be all.
That will be all.
Yes, and hopefully, knock on wood, we'll see each other for our 5th annual. I wonder if we're going to be like in dresses.
Imagine. We
Oh my
dress
God.
up.
We should go a little bit, not all out, but I want to go
But
all
a
out.
little bit out?
We should go a little bit out for the 5th anniversary.
We probably will.
Yes, which I think is the paper anniversary. I don't remember what it is.
I don't fucking
but
know.
yeah, we're dressed in paper. But bye, guys.
Bye.
Whoosh.